Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial of the PowerSchool Administrator version 23, the Enhanced User Interface. It's important to note that this new interface is only for the administrator side of PowerSchool. PowerTeacher will remain the same as it was before. When you first log into PowerSchool, you'll now see this new screen. Initially, you'll have a pop-up that will tell you something about guided walkthroughs. Just go ahead and close that. They're just letting us know that there will be walkthroughs that are coming soon to help train us on new features like this. However, those walkthroughs aren't available yet, so I'm not sure why that pop-up appears for us now. So just go ahead and close that. And your screen should then look similar to this one. On the right-hand side, you'll probably notice that your quick data tool is open. This was available in a previous version. You may use it, you may not, especially where we're now in the summer months. You may want to close this. You can do that by clicking the settings icon and then unchecking the boxes here. Then you'll see that it remains available over on the right-hand side so that when we're in session again, you can reactivate it if you'd like. So there are several new things that are available in PowerSchool that I'm going to take you through. The first you'll notice is that on the left-hand side, what used to be blue links to various screens has now become these icons. And you can click on these icons and you'll see what these flyout menus that they've added for us. So instead of clicking on something and then having to click more links that lead you to more links, the idea is that these flyout menus are going to be a little bit quicker, and you can just come right in here and click on what it is that you need to get to right away. So let's say, for example, I want to work with 9th grade students. This screen works the same as it always has, so you can select your grade level or search by name, get your group any way that you'd like, and then you see the list as usual down here. Now, let's say we want to print a report. There's multiple ways to do that. So if we wanted to click on the people icon and then students, you'll see here that we can print mailing labels or print a student report. So I'm going to go ahead and click on student report. And then you'll see the usual menu appear here with our reports that you can choose from. This will all function the same as it always has. You'll notice that a lot of these still do also appear under the action menu. So you can also access things like report printing here as well. They're just giving us multiple ways to access the things that we use most commonly. Let's say we want to look at attendance. We can click on the attendance button on the left-hand side. And then we can choose reports to run. We can just look at the daily attendance for the day if we'd like to. Now, because we're not in session, it's summer, we're not going to see anything here, but this is showing us the screen that we had before where you could come in and see the list of students who were absent for the day. So those are some examples of the way that we will use these flyout menus. And I'm going to move on now and show you how they have enhanced the student screens as well. So I'm going to go back to the start screen. And we'll take a look at a student. I'm going to use a test student. So the student screens do the same thing. So you're going to click on the flyout menu on the left-hand side, and here's where you'll find the list of screens that is associated with each category here. So let's say we want to look at the quick lookup screen. We just click on that. But I'm going to show you in a moment a way that you can save favorites of the screens that you go to most often, and they'll be accessible through a favorites button right on your screen. So you're storing favorites just within PowerSchool itself. So I just want to call your attention to the top of the screen here. We have a couple of new icons available to us. The binoculars icon is gone, and they've replaced it with this locate icon. So if you are at the middle school or the high school and you're looking for the location of the student at a specific time, this will tell you where they are during the day. That's instead of the binoculars we used to have. Also, for the middle school and the high school, there's this counselors icon we can click on, and we can get the name of that student's counselor. I'd like to show you also how this works with a group of students. I'm going to select the T so that we're looking at all students with the last name of T. And then I'll go back to the test athlete. Here now, you can use the arrow to switch between the students that you want to look at. And you can also use this drop down to go right to the name of a student that's in your selection. You can also modify the list of students that you're currently working with right here from the screen. If you click the drop-down arrow next to the students at the top, you'll see this Modify Current Selection button. You can click that, and here it will give you the option to add more students to your selection. So you can type in a student's last name and then click the plus sign to add them to the list of students you're working with. Now back on the start screen, there's another feature I'd like to show you. PowerSchool has added what they're calling the quick search. So you can click in this area and search for any student, any staff member, if you have access to staff, or the title of any screen. So we can also call up the athlete to test student right here. Or if you knew the name of a screen that you wanted to get to right away, you can just start typing it in and then click on that screen name. Something else that comes in handy here is if you have, for example, a selection of students here that you're already working with, and then you are interrupted with a request to take a look at something else, you can use this search to take a look at a different student while maintaining this current selection that you have on this screen. Click on the name, and it opens that new student in a separate tab. It will preserve your original student selection on the tab that you were on before. So now you can do what you need to do in this tab for this particular student, and then close the tab. And then you'll still have your original list of students that you were working with before. And the last thing that I'd like to show you is how you can save your most frequently used screens to a list of personalized favorites. To do that, like let's say we're going to use the daily attendance screen every day. You click on the attendance icon, the daily attendance screen, and then at the top of the screen, you'll see this star to add this screen to your list of favorites. This will appear on all of the screens in PowerSchool. So you click on the star. You'll see that by default, the category that it's going to show under on your list of favorites is going to be attendance, because that's the icon that's over here on the left-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and select that and click Add the Page. Now, when I click on my star at the top of the screen, I'll see that I have the daily attendance screen saved as a favorite under the attendance category. If you'd like, you can click the pin. This will pin your favorites to the right-hand side of the screen so that they're always open and available to you right here. You don't have to do that. You can just keep it so that you're always clicking on the star when you access your favorites. For now, I'm going to put the pin here. Now I also want to add a favorite for some of the reports, to print a report. So I'm going to click on the people icon, go to students, and this is where I can select the print a student report. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that screen, click the favorite icon at the top. And for this, I'm going to actually select a new category because by default, this would show under people, but I'd rather have that say reports. So I'm going to add a new custom category that I can choose what it is. Reports. You need to click this little checkbox over here. And that just added it as a new category. So now you can use this drop down, make sure that reports is selected, and then you go ahead and click Add a Page. It tells you that it was successfully added, and then now I can see it over here on the right-hand side. Now, once you've got some favorites here, you can click on this Manage Favorites icon, and you can drag and drop things in any order you choose. If I had multiple pages under the attendance screen, I can drag and drop the order of those as well. If you start to drag and drop and you made changes that you didn't want to make, you can discard those changes and start over. Once you've got your order the way that you want it to be, just click Save. And that's everything. I think you'll find that once we get used to this new navigation and find what we're looking for, that these are some great enhancements that they've made for us. If you have any difficulty finding anything, or if you have questions, please let me know. Thank you.